British food or British produce has some of the highest standards in the world. I have lambed in other countries and I can confirm from what I've seen that we have incredibly high standards. I'm Bizza and I'm from a farming family in Warwickshire. We're third generation. My dad farms with his two brothers, so my uncles, and we're predominantly sheep, but we have some arables, some diversification, merchant feed business, some holiday lets as well, and fishing lakes. I don't work full-time on the farm. I currently work for the Farm Safety Foundation, otherwise known as Yellow Wellies. So I'll be up first thing in the morning, go and check my sheep and do the horses, walk the dogs, and then I'll sit down either at home if I'm working from home or head into the office, check some sheep on the way back, check some more sheep, get home, do the same again, horses, sheep, chickens, dogs, whatever it might be. And yeah, that's what my life really revolves around. There's a lot of challenges that farmers have faced over the last few years. I think the weather is a really big one. We're really lucky that this year for lambing the weather has been so good. We've managed to lamb sheep outside for the first time in forever. I can't remember the last time we did that. Obviously government policy and a change in government has caused a big stir within the industry. Things like inflation and the cost of living, prices going up. We're price takers, not price givers, so we are told what we're being paid for our produce and products. So I think that's a really big one. And also trying to bridge that gap between farmer and consumer so they understand and appreciate where their food comes from. It's a real battle to try and break through and get that message across to them. Dad and I were out yesterday and we saw 9 lapwings down on another part of the farm, and we put some scrapes in through a countryside stewardship scheme to encourage birds like that back here, because if we don't have good, happy, healthy environment and landscape around us, we're not going to be able to farm well. Just seeing all the different range of wildlife, birds, bees, insects, whatever it might be, is really positive to see, but also it ensures that we're farming well, and it's an indication that everything around it is happy as well. These are grey-faced Dartmoors, and I started my flock in 2021 with 2 ewes and 1 ram. They're a birthday present actually from my boyfriend, and I think he's slightly regretting it because every year I ask for another sheep. So I've now got 11 breeding ewes. And I went for this breed because originally I wanted Suffolks, which are the ones with the black heads, long ears. However, Mum and Dad said if I was going to start breeding sheep, to do something that was a rare breed, to contribute something back to a breed that was, needed a bit of help. So a friend had 2 of these available with the tup from a farm park, and yeah, that's how they ended up here. And I love them. I show them, and I breed the ewes for breeding and then sell on the ewe lambs. The ram lambs have to be inspected every year to see if they meet breed standards. Those that don't go off into the food chain, but I sell them privately to local people in the local villages. So again, bridging that farmer consumer gap, and they want to support local. They like to hear the story and know where their foods come from as well. My social media page started in 2021, I think, and it's because I was going off lambing across the country. I quit my job, didn't know what to do, so went off lambing, and I went up to Glasgow, just north of Glasgow, went up to Orkney, Stronsay, which is a small island just off Orkney, and all my friends and family were saying, oh, we'll send pictures, keep us updated, and I thought, I don't have time, I can't be bothered to send you all individual photos, so I'll just create this Instagram page, and if you want to follow it, then do. And it just grew from there, really. Then I got these guys, then I got some commercial sheep, then I was an NFU ambassador, and it's just grown from there. These come before anything for me. They get fed first thing in the morning, other than today because we've been filming with them, but they get fed first thing in the morning normally. I check them. Their welfare comes above everything. When they were lambing, I was up in the middle of the night to check them, and if there's a problem, the vet is out. And I think that is a misconception that the public might think, is that, we don't care about them, because at the end of the day, some of them do go into the food chain, but it's really different. When we're lambing, we don't think about the money at all, and throughout most of the year, we don't think about that, because their welfare and how they're feeling, whether they're fit and healthy, is number 1 priority. British food or British produce has some of the highest standards in the world. I have lambed in other countries, and I can confirm from what I've seen that we have incredibly high standards. So if you're eating meat, you know that the meat you're eating has come from a really high welfare background. The crops we grow aren't genetically modified. We don't use all these nasty chemicals on them either. And also, if you're buying British produce, you're putting the money back into your local economy. If you're buying imported food, that money is then going abroad. Whereas if you're buying food that's been grown and produced in the UK, it's going back into either the pocket of farmers or the pocket of the local economy. And I think it's really important to remember that when you are shopping for food. Farming is an incredibly important industry. Not only are we producing food to feed the nation, we're also looking after the environment around us. We are a temperate climate here, so we grow a lot of grass, hence why you see a lot of sheep, cattle, goats, whatever it might be. And that's because that's the climate we have. So all the lovely rolling green hills is because we graze our animals to ensure that the pasture looks like that. If and when you're out and about in the countryside, just take a minute and just appreciate how it looks like that and why, and that it's your food being produced there, but equally it's the farmers that are also looking after that.